We have lots of special events. We have some fun themes. We've had animal time. We've had nautical stories. We've done fairy tales. They go over great. And like I mentioned, the Peter Rabbit Pajama Party. And all of our storytellers have their special genre. We sometimes will coordinate a special to go with the season. We did baseball stories. And that was great fun too. Another whole aspect of tending is the constant, unrelenting, never-ending publicity, calendaring, noticing. You need to get your name out there a lot. One way is to be part of a presentation like this, and so I jump at these chances, and I'm so glad Lori and Abbey invited me to speak today. Try to get in the blogs. Always put it in SL events. And you need to see, how do your people work? We did a poll on our blog to find out when people liked notices. And it was split pretty well between that day, within 2 hours, or the last minute IM spam. And I've had a few people resign from our Subscribe-O-Matic and a few people resign from our group because they get too many notices. I will admit that. But we have an event every day. And the other ones say, oh my goodness, if you don't tell me, I won't remember. There is no good answer to this, I don't think. We should do a whole discussion sometime. I would love to see that, on how do you get people in? Because it's so important to get people around. I love having daily events, except I'll speak to that issue in a few moments, Adra. And so you can see what sprouts. Find what works and go with it. TV stations do that. All the CSI versions, all the Law and Order versions. Once you have a good one, then they just repeat, 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 put a little twist on it, repeat. We found that storytelling works for us. We found that the 7 o'clock time works for us. Sometimes 5:30 or 6 can work. We do things on weekends that are special events, so we do extra publicity. We're not a scholarly library. We don't have a huge collection. Oh yeah, we got a couple of books. And there's a free one in the folder that Alice has handed out. Well, and we have some lovely books that JJ has sent over. And we are part of Alexandrian Libraries Consortium because it's a good thing. And sometimes I think, okay, I'm always the one swimming upstream or doing something different. But it's a lovely group to be part of, and I'm thrilled. Yay! But we are more an entertainment sim. But we are a library. I am a librarian. And we serve our public in our community with what they seem to want. If they have questions, if they want research, we do. We do exhibits that have all different kinds of themes. I did one on the textiles of Ireland and how important they were to the economy and to women most especially. Now, get help. Get help, get help, get help. Don't do it yourself. As soon as you find people who have your vision, bring them on board. You can encourage them, you can empower them. Nothing's worse than having people who are willing to do something and you squash them and say, oh no, I have to approve everything, I have to see everything, I have to know, I have to be the one who makes the decision on everything. Don't. You can trust your people. You really can. They're good people. They're there for a reason. And if somebody's not as talented, there's always something for them to do. And so explore them. And work with the other gardeners. We love being part of Alexandrian. Alliance is great. Work with everybody. Nobody has to do it all alone. You might have to do it all alone in your particular area, but... And a branch of that thought is to take your show on the road. In the fall, we did The Legend of Sleepy Hollow over in Caledon at the Steelhead Hotel, I think it was, and at the Autumn Writers Exhibition, and we made lots of good friends there. Caledonia does her family favorites at Magic Land, the Disney Sim. Shandon has been doing storytelling at the SS Galaxy, not quite as long as he's been with West of Ireland. And our latest friends are over in the, yeah, well, he's everywhere. Over in Nantucket and Tulamani, the new Greek Seaport Sim. And we are doing monthly readings at Nantucket, and Shandon's doing a special 3 Tuesdays of The Secret of Rowan Inish. If you've never heard Shandon, you really need to catch him sometime. He's great. Well, all of my people are great, and I'm so blessed with them. And they let me put out the donation bin for Project Children. We went to Nantucket for the Pirate Queen, and we brought in over 6,000 lindens. We went back with Nautical Tales. We brought in 7,000 lindens. And Caledonia and I each had an hour at the opening of the Tulamani Greek Sim doing ancient Greek sea tales, and we took in 8,888 lindens. I think somebody was calculating so they could donate just enough to make it a fun number. It was great. And then we get to go back to West of Ireland as big girls on campus going, look what we've done. Woo. But we make friends there. And it's important to find other Sims where you have a like-minded group. And we find that with all those places. We find it with Caledon, with Nantucket, with Tulamani. SS Galaxy loves Shandon. They love Caledonia over at Magic Land. And so it's a win-win situation, totally. If you want us to come to your sim and try out storytelling sometime, we can certainly talk about it. I've got lots of great people, and they're wonderful. They're gifted storytellers. Okay, now we can go to the next one. Pull a few weeds, because yeah, there are going to be things that don't work, and there are going to be things that don't work, and people are going to want to still do. And I'm not good at that. I'm not good at telling somebody, no. Try to reroute it. Part of it is a good thing to have a policy in hand and to enforce the policy. And our policies are included in the packet we handed out. And they're pretty loosely defined, actually. We are a children's charity. We try and keep the stories fairly clean, although they can get a little racy, and that's okay too. We are adults. There's no one underage on the grid so far. They better not let those teenagers in. We like things to run 45 minutes to an hour. But if it comes a little short, it goes a little longer. That's no big deal. We like people to make sure they show up. That's one of the best things. My people don't just blow this off. My people take this seriously, as I do. I liken it to the idea of if Barnes & Noble had you coming in to do a book reading or a book signing or to read something, would you just say, oh, I'm not in the mood tonight? No, you wouldn't. And we get a good-sized crowd. And so you can't just, you have to take it seriously. It can't just be a game. Although, in a way, it is. And so before I take questions, a few last words. You can do it if you want to. It's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of dedication. There are going to be days when you have two people who come for a storytelling, or once when someone was doing poetry and I was the only person there, and I almost started to cry. I thought, oh no, I don't want there to be no audience. It's a lot of work. It has become a second job for me because I can't do this from work. I have to do it on my own time. And Audrey said earlier how great to have storytelling every day of the week, but it meant I wasn't going anywhere or doing anything, and I was having no fun on the grid, and that wore itself thin really fast. On the other hand, I am thrilled to have such a big program. I am delighted with the people I work with. They are my good friends. And thank you, JJ. Oh, and it makes us crazy sometimes. Absolutely crazy. It's all about the people, though. When it comes right down to it, it's not about a building. It's about a community. It's about making relationships, collaborations, about entertaining for us. We are performance people. And you want some research done? Sure, I can do you some research. Yeah, that's fine. I'll do that on my own time, too. But our place is more of a place to come and kick back and be with friends and be entertained, not unlike a children's library, which is where I really got my start. I just don't have to do the itsy bitsy spider and deal with potty training children, so it's a good thing.